Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking about my personal opinions, or this is going to be like filled with bias, but yeah, I'm going to follow sort of like a guideline I had set of why law is the worst out of them all. Now, a lot of people have done videos on this. I just wanted to give my personal opinion and why I honestly hate it. So, something I don't like about it is that everyone is 100 laugh or higher. Now this might be a plus side or downside to a lot of people, but honestly, I can't add a challenge if everyone has max gags. It's honestly, it's kind of really easy when you think about it. So these are just like 100% my opinion, but I don't like the law design. It's my least favorite. I liked the original Toontown boss bot design. It looked like secluded. I liked the factory. I love the train yard and stuff. But yeah, in terms of design, I don't like law. So I just want to get those like basic rewards out of, or not rewards, those basic sort of design things about them that I like or didn't like. Law is my least favorite. So now this is sort of getting out of my like 100% opinion to sort of mild facts. These aren't okay. I'm not going to say my opinion is fact. These are also opinions, I guess. So the reward is pretty much pointless for some for some parts of it. Summoning a cog is 150% useless. I have zero use for that. Why would 100 laugh Toon have use for summoning a stinking cog? Like, honestly, that's really pointless. A cog building, I mean, I don't see that being useful for a Toon. I already finished all the main Toon tasks. You know, it doesn't do you. It doesn't do me any good. Honestly, it's just a waste. Invasion might be good for training an alternate Toon, but for someone who only has one Toon on the one account, it's kind of it's just bad. Like, I don't need that. It doesn't do anything great for me. So I want to talk about the grind. Now, I have at this point on Toontown Rewritten alone, I've only done two max notices. Now, I'm going to talk about each of them. Now, when it comes to the Cellbot max merits, you have 5,500 you need to get. Now that, it kind of sucks when you get that because it kind of slows everything down. But when you're like a level 8 Hollywood, or not 8, my bad. When you're 12, 14, 19, 29, 39, and 49, it honestly isn't that bad. It's probably my favorite to do, because it only takes you like 2 to 3 hours, maybe if you get unlucky 4 hours, but it shouldn't take you that long. Like 3 hours, you know, to do this. And you get every single VP you do, you get one of these if you're lucky. The first max merits you get teleportation access, which is honestly great because I don't like walking on that street to Cellbot HQ. It honestly, it wastes time. So honestly, Cell is my favorite to do. It's quick, it's easy, it's rewarding, and it's honestly like the best max out of them all. Next up is Cash. Honestly, the grind isn't that bad. You can do 6 to 8 booleans. You can get lucky if you shop for floors, or if you get really lucky, you might only have to do 6. 6 to 8 booleans. So that'll take you like 3 to 5 hours. It shouldn't take you longer than that, but it's honestly very, very. It's not. It's like continuation of Cellbot. It's not that bad. Getting teleportation access is very useful for this, and every laugh point, I mean, it's worth it. And I'm gonna skip Law and go straight to Boss. Now, Boss is, in terms of like work to reward ratio, Boss is the slowest out of them all. It, I mean, the 23,300 options, it's pretty brutal, but you know, it's bad. But I mean, it's rewarding. It's more rewarding than Law, in my opinion. And the reason why is because your work to reward ratio is better. You're only doing a back nine. I mean, back nines. It's these bosses are supposed to be evenly scaled up. However, Law is scaled up higher than it should be. Now, the max option or the max merits you need for Cell is, as I said before, 55 or 5500 or 5500. Very simple. The ones for cash, however, is 8,900 from my memory. I think it's 8,900. I don't really remember, but it should add up in a second. So if we take 8,900, I think this is how you do it, and do that there. You get that number. This number is the key for understanding this. So I've already typed it down pretty much. I've sort of just rounded. It's about 61% or 62. It's basically 61%. Now, you can use this to find out why Lawbot is bogus. So if you multiply this number by 0.61, it's about, my bad. By 1.61, you get a number very, very close to cash. So you can sort of already see why this is bogus. Now, the Cellbot factory will take you 15 minutes. It takes you 15, 20 minutes, you know. So honestly, the 776 for long factory for 20 minutes, you can get 3 done in an hour. So you're getting about 2,328 per hour out of the 5,000. You'll get it done in like a couple hours. However, with cash, it's slightly different. Now, I believe if you're on a good day, you can get that many cog bucks from one bullion. Bullions, they're kind of weird. They take like 25 to 35. It really depends on the group. So I'm just going to say 30. So you can probably get 2 done for an hour. You're getting about the same thing for a higher number, honestly. So 2992. I mean, that's sort of explaining itself. It shouldn't take you that long to get this accomplished. It should take you like 3.5 hours to get it. Now I'm gonna go to boss. I already know the numbers. I've done these take like a Friday night and a very early Saturday morning. Can you not? Okay. You get 3,350 options for a back 9. A back 9 with a normal group will probably take you an hour. So we don't really have to multiply this by anything. It'll take you about 1 hour. That's how much you're probably going to get per hour. However, for max options, it takes you about 8 to 10 hours because it's just the way it is. You have to restock, you have to wait for the groups. It takes you like 8 to 10 hours to do max options. Doing it straight in a row, oh my god, guys! I just want to tell you, it honestly really sucks. You probably shouldn't do that. It drains you mentally. But you know, when it comes to law, with my experience, it's taken me each run, the fastest run I ever had. We didn't trip any puzzles. Everyone except for me had trap and organic throw. It made like 5 of the floors. Plus we got restocks. It made the whole thing take 28 minutes. That's as fast as I ever got it to go. 28 minutes is the fastest. So normal runs will probably take you about 33. So I'm just going to round that to like 35. 35 is like the average Office D plus restocking plus waiting 10, 15 minutes for a group. Honestly, you're going to be getting about 1.5 of them done per hour. So if you, and the thing is, with the rewards, or like the payment for doing factories, mints, offices, and golf courses, for a cell, not 777, if you multiply it by the same 1.61 or the 61%, it should be about 1249. That is about the number for cash, depending on which bullion you get. So if we multiply that number with 1.61 again, so we get 1250 basically. With 1.61, we should be getting 2012. We should be getting 2012 instead of 1542 or 1542. We're getting robbed of this. We're getting robbed by like 500, which makes a huge difference, like a 4,000 difference, which is why law, honestly, it sucks. And if we get this number, oh my gosh, I forgot the number. It was 1250. It was 2012. Okay, so if we get 2012, and we multiply it by 1.61, it's more. It's just about what we get for boss. So it's less. So we get more than 61% for boss. They're very kind there. So in terms of like the requirements, it takes you 7 and a short. It takes you 6 to 8 bullions, or some extra like a building. With law, you need 9 office D's and an office B. It's not evenly scaled, making it bogus. It sucks. With boss, yes, it's the 61% more for cash, and then another 61% for law, and then it's supposed to be another 61. So it's honestly like 3 times as long, which it is evenly scaled. Law is not. Law is not done correctly. But it should be. So if we take the max for a cell, oh my gosh, we get that. Basically 8,900. It's pretty much the same. And we do that again, 1.61. It's about 14,400. And we do it again, 1.61, the 61%, we get basically boss. So this is going to show you every boss increases 61% of the last, another 61% of this, and then another 61% of this. Each one scales evenly, except for law. And this one continues from what it should be. This is proving that law makes you do more work for something that shouldn't be even worth it because the reward is crap. So this makes like a very clear correlation. You're seeing like the 61% increase. I'm just gonna call it the 61%. Now, honestly, I did some math on the side, and this is just from my experience. You're making about 3,000 3,000 merits per hour. That's like without restocking. I'm not including restocking. This is just how long the run should take you with a decent group. Now cash, you're getting cash kind of depends because cash is there's different booleans, but you're making about 2,884 to 3,590.4 per hour. It takes about 25 minutes with a good group. So you're making good per hour. Law is around 2,636. So with law, you're making less than you would for all the other ones so far per hour. So it's less, and you have to do 9 of them. You're making a lot less than you should be per hour. And boss is around 3. It's the same number as a back number rewards you with 3,350 because that's how long they normally take. Or if you have a very, very, very good group and you do like a 45-minute run, honestly, you can make like 4,000 to 4,020 an hour. So this is evidence based on just like basic math, like 7th grade math. It only requires like 7th grade math to figure out why everyone hates law. Law is just not worth it unless you're gonna complete your toon. Like I'm gonna get my toon to 131 laugh, and I'm just going to not really call it quits, but I'm just really never gonna focus on the side stuff. I am never ever gonna do this. I might someday, maybe. I'm not gonna waste 30 hours catching. Like, I'm not gonna spend 30 hours getting the last 8 fish. That's just no. Carts. I haven't even. I did one race with a friend, and it's honestly crap. They should remove it from the game. Absolutely useless. They should invest more laugh points in another boss if they ever add one. Honestly, a waste of time. But yeah, this is why law is the worst. This is why people are making videos on it. It is because it is actually not really proven, but based on simple facts that a 12-year-old can find. That's why people hate it. That's why it's the worst. I'll see you guys later.